Some cases fade with time, others linger, gnawing at the edges of memory, like shadows you can't shake. In the summer of 2002, the small town of Marlow, Colorado, was shaken by the disappearance of Claire Harlow, a 29-year-old schoolteacher beloved by her students and respected by her peers. She vanished on a warm June evening. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, just an open window, a half-finished journal entry, and silence. Her disappearance launched one of the most exhaustive investigations the town had ever seen. Yet, more than 2 decades later, the question still haunts everyone who knew her. What happened to Claire Harlow? This is her story. Claire Harlow lived a simple life. She taught English at Marlow High School, coached a debate team, and ran a small book club at the local library. She was the kind of person who remembered birthdays, who baked cookies for neighbors at Christmas, who bought school supplies for students whose families couldn't afford them. But Claire's kindness was only part of her story. Behind closed doors, her life was marked by quiet battles. She had ended a turbulent relationship the year before, and close friends recalled she was trying to start fresh. Her house, a modest yellow two-story at the end of Birchwood Drive, became her sanctuary. She planted roses, filled her shelves with books, and kept a meticulous journal. That journal would later become a crucial piece of the investigation. On June 14, 2002, Claire's day seemed ordinary. She graded papers in the morning, met a colleague for coffee, and stopped at the grocery store. Around p.m., surveillance footage captured her smiling at the cashier, carrying a bag of fresh fruit. That evening, she called her sister, Lydia. The two spoke for nearly an hour, discussing summer plans. Claire ended the call around 8:45 p.m. saying, "I'll call you tomorrow." She never did. At around 9:15 p.m., a neighbor heard a dog barking furiously near Claire's house. 10 minutes later, the barking stopped. By 9:45, the street was silent again. The next morning, Claire didn't show up for a teacher's planning meeting. By noon, her colleagues were worried. By p.m., her sister had reported her missing. When police entered Claire's home, they were struck by its unsettling stillness. Her car was parked in the driveway. The front door was locked. On the kitchen counter sat the grocery bag she'd brought home the night before, its contents untouched. Upstairs, her journal lay open on the desk in her bedroom. The last words written on the page were chilling. "I think someone is watching me." The sentence trailed off mid-line, as if she had been interrupted. There was no sign of forced entry, but the window above her desk was open, screen removed, latch broken. Several neighbors reported seeing something unusual that night. One couple claimed they saw a dark figure standing near Claire's fence just after p.m. Another reported a pickup truck idling a few blocks away. But the most disturbing account came from a teenager walking home from a friend's house. He told police he saw a man in a baseball cap near Claire's driveway, smoking a cigarette. When asked to describe him, the boy could only recall average build, tall, wearing dark clothes. No cigarette butts were ever recovered. Investigators quickly focused on 2 people. Evan Price, Claire's ex-boyfriend. Their relationship had ended after repeated arguments, and friends claimed Evan had a possessive streak. He denied involvement and claimed he hadn't spoken to Claire in weeks. Still, phone records showed he called her 3 times on the day she disappeared. Mark Daniels, a local handyman who occasionally worked on Claire's house, he was known for his temper, and one neighbor claimed he had once been seen shouting at Claire in her driveway. Daniels insisted he had nothing to do with her disappearance. Both men were questioned extensively. Both failed polygraphs. Neither was arrested. For weeks, Marlow became the center of a massive search. Police, volunteers, and even cadaver dogs scoured fields, abandoned barns, and riverbanks. Posters with Claire's smiling face were plastered across the county. Vigils were held. National media picked up the story. And yet nothing. No body. No clothing. No trace of where she might have gone. 2 months later, hikers in the nearby foothills found something odd. A red scarf tied to a tree branch. Claire was known for wearing red scarves, and her sister swore it looked like one of Claire's. But no other evidence was found nearby. Was it a clue? Or a cruel coincidence? By the fall of 2002, leads dried up, the case went cold. Over the years, rumors spread. Some claimed Claire had run away, Others believed she was abducted by someone she trusted. Her house was eventually sold. New families moved into Birchwood Drive, but those who lived there never forgot the night Claire vanished. In 2019, nearly 2 decades later, a new detective reopened the case. In the evidence room, he found a sealed box containing items collected from Claire's desk, including her journal. Tucked inside the back cover was a slip of paper police had missed the first time. On it was written, "If something happens, it's him." No name. Just those words. The disappearance of Claire Harlow remains unsolved. Her family still gathers every June 14th to light candles in her memory. Her students, now grown, remember her as the teacher who believed in them. But the question lingers, unspoken in Marlowe. Who was him? And why did Claire know she was in danger? Until answers are found, the shadows on Birchwood Drive remain.